need to communicate in media all over the world. And so we think about programs that scale, that are able to work in China, in Europe, in the United States, and we approach things as a global team. And over the last several years, I think the way that the role of the Chief Communications Officer has changed at my company and other companies is that combination of new techniques, new channels, and the increasing need to go global. Because when I came into Intel just 5 years ago, it was more of a US-centric organization, and now it's a lot more global, in its scale, its approach, its strategies, everything.
So you answered to part to my second question, was how really you are able to manage a worldwide, a global reputation, because to have a global communication strategy, you said is for sure the first step, and to understand exactly how to adapt the mix in every single country, by having a global mindset. But how to manage the reputation is another thing, and the question is like, from 1 to 10, how social media are important right now on a global level in the process, the reputation process building?
It's vital. Reputation is your good name around the world, which translates into customer trust and a certain level of just understanding of a company and its positions. It isn't just what you make that's important, but how you behave, and we care about a range of things around the world. Primarily, education is the leading kind of, strategic focus of the company. You think about the importance of math and science education to not only our company, but all of the knowledge-based industries, and the foundation in math and science is so critical to technological advancement and to scientific discovery. So we focus there, but we're also doing a number of things around reducing our environmental footprint as a company. That's good. Wasting less water where we make our chips. We recycle water, and we use a lot of renewable energy. So we're the leading purchaser of renewable tax credits for energy purchase in the United States. You think about it, our factories are incredibly big. And they,
it's huge.
So we use a lot of renewable energy in those factories. And then the third thing I would say is that the basic product that we make is a lot like the engine in your car.
Exactly.
And so, but it's the engine in your computer.
And we cannot live without computers.
You can't live without it, and you also like it when you get more miles per gallon.
Exactly.
And with our semiconductors, you're getting a lot more power and capability in that chip with every generation, but using less energy. So that laptop that used to feel hot in your lap 3 years ago is cool now. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, of course.
They're more energy efficient chips inside. And so we're dealing now. So those are some elements of how we think about reputation in our actions, right? And how we manage it around the world. It's a high priority. It's one of the key areas that I have as a responsibility for the company, and we have a group mobilized around defining and executing a global strategy in our reputation programs. And we, I don't know, you said 1 to 10. I don't know if 1 is important, 10 is the least important, but it's a high priority for us as a company.
Good. Thank you. And as I told you before, I wrote a case study about Intel within my book, The Digital Marketing. And I can definitely say that Intel cares a lot about communities of stakeholders, let's say, because your customers are, for sure, but not only customers, like IT managers, students, teachers, and why? Why you decided to invest in building communities around the world?
Well, I'll pick one example, and it comes back to my statement earlier about where we focus, because if you think about reputation, you can focus in a lot of areas. So part of the strategy is to choose
Of course.
what subject area matters the most to you. We picked education 30 plus years ago,
Yeah.
and I explain why.
Yeah.
There's a link between support for education and preparing the next generation of people to be capable of inventing,
Yeah.
the tools and technologies of the future. So we're focused there, and in connection with that, we have an Intel Teach program where we have provided education to, we're up to 10 million teachers worldwide who have in turn brought the tools of the computer age into their classrooms. But one of the things we discovered, Paula, was that many teachers around the world understood, intuitively that they needed to bring computers into their classroom, but they were afraid.
Yeah, of course.
They didn't know how to approach it. They were afraid. So Intel helped to bridge that gap with, we trained, we're up to 10 million teachers around the world, and we work closely with those teachers. So now, more and more children in classrooms around the world are being exposed to the benefits of the internet and e-learning and software and other interactive tools that are helping advance the education process. We think it's important to be a good global citizen.
Yeah.
And, I mentioned how we behave is important. Our reputation for integrity as a company is very high. But those things are what enable you to act in civil society, right? We feel that there's an obligation to, be a part of the communities where we work.
Yeah.
And when you go to particularly the plant lab locations, where we have big manufacturing sites. In Oregon, 16,000 Intel employees in the greater Portland area, and down in Arizona around Phoenix, big concentration. Those places have a lot of, Intel is the community in these places. There's a big, commitment to making life better for the kids and being involved in the schools and the sports leagues and all the things that matter to families.
Yeah, so you reached so many milestones. What's next? I think is a non-stop process for you and a non-stop challenge to be able to work on the education, to increase your...
Well, we really have a very, I think, inspiring mission as a company to connect people and enrich their lives around the world through the proliferation of computing. We think it's a force for good. There are many, many parts of the world where computing is still under-penetrated. And of course, the developing world is where we're seeing the highest rates of growth in computing. So there's one area where you're going to, but the other thing is to take that capability that we've developed in the computing arena and extend it to the product you're holding, a tablet, to phones, to other computing platforms. More and more things are getting intelligent. They interact with each other. Your car is a computer now. Pretty soon your house will be a computer. You'll be able to, tell your heater to go on when you're away and you want to come to a warm house, but you don't want your house wasting energy when you're not there.
Of course.
So this future is not, pie in the sky. It's around the corner, and we're going to have an enabling role. We'll be one of many companies involved in I think bringing that world to pass.
So thank you so much, and
thank you.
Congratulations. Great job.
Pleasure.
Thank you.